What is up, beautiful people? We are here in Waelder, Texas for day 22 of Vlogmas 2022. I've heard a lot about the ranch, a new disc golf course put in just less than 2 years ago here, like an hour southeast of Austin. Beautiful property so far from what I've seen, and Mike Olse, the guy who designed it, has done some of my favorite designs in the area. Also, big shout out to Adam Case, the owner out here, and Jamie Callis for showing us around today. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm much anticipating my first visit out here, so it's gonna be a treat for you guys as well as myself. Hole 1 at the ranch is a 642-foot par 4. You wanna play a straight shot that drifts just a touch to the right off the tee here, and then it looks like you'll have a couple options coming into the green. Kind of depends on where you put that first one, but you don't wanna go too far left or right here. Just nice conservative shot. The more distance you get, the easier it's going to be. Somewhere around 350 to 400, it's probably going to be a money zone. Probably the coldest day of this year's Vlogmas, so plastic's feeling a little bit stiff. It's going to be a lot of fun out here though. Going turnover with my Explorer. Yeah, maybe cooked it a little bit right of where I'd ideally be, but I think it should be able to get up and down for a birdie look from there. I kind of have a dual option approach here. I'm going to choose the right side with my harp. Got about 270 into the pin. Oh no. Just a bit inside, gonna have to settle for par here. I was scared of the tree in front of me, so I alligator armed it. Gotta settle for a par here on the first one. Pretty simple approach there if you throw a good drive, but definitely one you still gotta earn and be accurate with. Hole 2 is looking like a nice wooded par 4. Tight gap off the tee. You gotta move slightly right at the end of the flight here to set yourself up for another shot. Probably finishing pretty straight. Let's see how it plays. Feels like a good Explorer shot for me, so I'm gonna go with this GK Pro Explorer here. Kind of flip the flat. Ooh, got a nice skip off that mulch and should be a good spot. Right around 300 feet, dead straight. Gonna go back to that harp. Nice flat power grip. The left side fence up there is out of bounds, so that's the one thing for me to look out for. Fade a little bit, buddy. A little gentle fade. We got us a 25-footer or so. It's funny how it always feels a little bit further from down the fairway till you get up there in the circle. That one was nice and close for the birdie here on the second. Hole 3 is going to be our first par 3 of the track at 303 feet. This one plays straight through this tight gap, and you got to skip left at the end of the flight here. Looks like a good power mid-range or maybe a softer kind of fairway driver to play the ground play. Basket's also elevated, and Jamie told us this will be the easiest on the track to par, so let's try to put it close here. Don't forget to hit that description below to try out your OTB Delaware compass now. Nice for those straight to overstable flights. hurts to miss that gap, but he slid it up there for the par save. Got a chip up for par here on the third. Definitely a hole you want to grab if you're looking to shoot hot out here at the ranch. And you gotta go down into the little Mario tube if you take a bogey, so you don't want to go down there. The fourth is going to be another par 4, just under 600 feet. This one's a straight shot off the tee, and then bends left about midway down through a clearing and back into some more woods. And Adam's thinking of everybody out here, especially you, James, as he put a little bit of a leveling patch on the back of this tee box so you don't have to run uphill before you get there. So shout out to Adam for thinking of all the pros and trying to make this course enjoyable for any style of player. I'm gonna get aggressive on this one, go with my rive, try to give myself a short approach if I hit it right. A little early there and gonna have to pay with a par most likely. Alright, gonna try this flippy forehand roller. Try to get out into the open. Not in the mood to take my medicine right now. That'll do, that'll do. Right on up there with that Delaware faith. Settling for par here. Definitely a hole you got to execute a nice drive on. You can choose to go mid, fairway, or distance driver, honestly, and choose how much distance you want to get. But either way, you got to hit that first gap and take what you get after that. Hole 5 is going to be playing as one of the hardest par 4s and one of the hardest holes on the track. 447 foot par 4. Said that twice now, but it's all right. You want to throw it straight on a lot of hyzer angle and probably flip up to kind of neutral here. You can play maybe flat down the right side gap there, or you can play that steep hyzer down the middle that flips up. Either way, you got to play short of an out of bounds creek kind of ditch and then over to the green. I'm gonna play a soft hyzer here with my compass. Had a tree, but I think I still got to the landing zone. I pushed it really nicely here, but that straight shot is just a little too tight for my liking, so I'm gonna go flex forehand with my Justice. Ooh, just made it across that out of bounds and stayed up there, so we got a putt for birdie. Anytime you're in Texas, you got to bust out the straddle putt here and there. A lot of guarded greens. This one's short, but it's a really challenging one. Hole 6 is a dual option par 3 at 279 feet. This one's the shortest one yet, but you definitely got to earn it. This right side's a little bit tighter, it looks like, at the bend point, but it is there for the hyzer. Probably got to give it a little bit of height so it can move back left. You also have a straight shot down the left side that can maybe bend a little bit to the right, suiting up nicely for the forehand. I'm gonna take the backhand line though. Better to be lucky than good sometimes, you guys. Got slippery there and somehow got myself a circle 1 look after missing the gap. I don't know, being from Texas my whole life and always seeing short stubby cedars, when I get into some nice tall like 50-foot groomed ones, it has like a majestic feeling for me. I really enjoy it. Used to having to like crawl underneath the low branches and get scraped up by them. So and you can actually stand underneath them and have headspace. Nice change. Hole 7 is going to be a tricky par 4. You really have to move it right quick off the tee, but this tree line right there kind of blocks you from doing so. Seems like that back wall of trees is going to be a common spot to hit when you miss your angle and go too straight. It's kind of a sawed-off forehand option, maybe a quick flip and roller or just some kind of turnover can get you up into the landing zone to shoot across the out of bounds to the green. Or you can get super aggressive, try to flex it up into the gap and have a short one, but I don't see the line being worth it there. Gonna bust out the forehand out of retirement. I think I should have some kind of a hyzer angle in from there. All right, I've got a dead straight angle through this left side gap, about 250 feet to go. Got to make sure to hit the gap and give it enough height to get across the out of bounds. And there is also an out of bounds fence just long on the right to keep note of. Here we go, got some nice ground play. And we got us a putt for birdie. Really feel good birdie here on the 7th. A lot of trouble. You got to get to a very specific spot off the tee and get a lot of distance on a line where you're pretty much forced into a high turnover or a forehand. So yeah, definitely one you're going to grab some strokes on the field if you get that birdie. I know I've seen a lot of people posting this one on Instagram. It's definitely one of those picture-worthy holes. Right here, hole 8 is 270 feet. Straight as the arrow flies on a bit of a platform and elevated. Out of bounds just long of this one, so you really want to slide it up close. Give yourself a close putt, but maybe not too close to where you have to putt super uphill. It's one of those tricky ones. Nice for a straight putter. All right, gonna go flat with my faith here. Maybe even a little bit of drag to the right to make this gap as big as possible. Yeah, just how I drew it up. Maybe could have given it another couple inches of height, but we got a putt, circle's edge. Nice. Putter with the down tempo all day. All right, we got that ditch behind the bucket, so as well as it's already elevated, there's a lot of chance to go long if you miss here. Sent to y'all. Oh.
Nice too.
That's 3 in a row.
Heck yeah.
That don't happen very often.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Alright, only way to make this one's a spike hyzer putt that shaves some bark off the cedar. Oh my gosh. That's one of the best putts I've ever made, y'all.
I know how to put that.
First try to. Our final hole, the front 9, is a par 4 at 654 feet. This one's beautifully framed off the tee by this oak branch coming across, taking away all the high shots. You want to throw a power hyzer, maybe just right of that bare tree right there, kind of push the height of it, get it to fade a little bit left, and then it's probably another power shot into the green. I'm like gonna arrive off the tee here. A little bit of headwind off the left side here is gonna kind of knock the disc out of the air, so give it some extra height here. Teleported through the tree. Local love, y'all. What's up? This one plays deceivingly long the way you really got to work the disc right to left on both of the shots here. I have like 310 into the pin, but it's gonna play more probably like 370 the way I gotta skip it around this wide gap. Low stiletto shot here. Woo, skipped it over the top of the bucket there. I threw it really hard because I didn't know how much play I would get out of the grass here, but got a nice skip there. Those stilettos are good, y'all, when you need them to move left. Just low on that birdie putt there. Definitely a tough one to grab, but pretty simple if you got the power to throw that hyzer. Alright, so our 10th hole is going to be labeled 9A, and that's only because in the final plans of this course, there's a new hole that's going to be put in with a sweet dock tee that they're working on. So for now, you got this island shot here as the 10th. Just under 300 feet. This one's 291. Dead straight's going to do the job, and you got to have some distance control. Out of bounds all around it, like we said. That's what an island means, right? And there is that tree that you can throw a spike hyzer over, but it's going to add significant distance here. So I'm going to play straight at it with my harp. All right, just going to hit this one hard with a touch of hyzer. Let it stand up. Hit the fence and drop. Got lucky, hit the fence, stayed in, and we got a putt. Take advantage when you get those fortunate situations. We got that birdie here on the 10th. Hole 10 is a 573 foot par 4, and like Jamie told us, as we get onto this back 9, there's some more out of bounds string line and less kind of natural out of bounds. So I really like to see two different kinds of challenge on a track like this. You really just want to throw it straight here, get a late fade around that corner to the left. Gonna go with a rive. All right, gonna play rive straight at that back line of trees, touch a hyzer. Oh yeah, I think Michael Olse would approve of that one, just how he pictured it. Definitely one of those holes where if you get around this corner, the birdie's gonna be pretty easy, but it's a big risk to try to bite off that much distance. And 2 shots are probably gonna be a good way to play this hole. Now that was an out of bounds line for a different event recently, so don't worry. We still got our birdie here. Didn't have to pay the price. Typically the out of bounds is all the way to the fence here. Hole 11, our 12th hole of play, is going to be shaped like the letter C. Very difficult par 3 to get to at 330 feet. There's a super steep forehand that could maybe sniff at like a 50 footer to the left side. I think the high turning shot is going to be the best chance here for a right-handed player, but really bonus birdie at best. We're going to go with the towering Anheuser shot with the gold ice fuse. We'll see. I like it. I don't know, all my Central Texas people, if you've been to this course, have you ever seen a shot closer than this here? Such a challenging, specific hole. Perfect for that gold ice fuse. Wow. Hard to do that one, y'all. So, you literally throw it 100 feet out of the gap, and then it has to move literally 90 degrees right for 200 feet, so unique shape. All right, we're back to the correctly numbered holes for the future final layout after that improbable birdie there with the fuse. I'm liking the looks of this one off the tee, nicely framed up, just under 700 feet. You got to play over the out of bounds kind of retention pond area, over to the flat there. Then the shape bends to the right and narrows down as you get to the green where you approach a little island. Gonna go Snorlax Rive, little hyzer flip up. Try to just get right into the middle of that fat landing zone. Watch out, birds!
It looks like those birds were trying to attack it.
I really like this hole. It's like great disc golf meets Texas ranch land. It's all smashed into one. Island approach here, I've got about 280 feet to the green. I can play this hyzer with the backhand over the right side, over the out of bounds. I guess you have to play over either way, but there's also this left side forehand, but I'm liking the hyzer with the Justice now. Skip right up to the bucket. If you like challenging tournament golf and you're anywhere within 4 or 5 hours of Central Texas, come out to the ranch anytime there's a tournament out here and thank Adam for creating an amazing, challenging grounds for anyone who wants to test their disc golf skills. It's beautiful, it's challenging, well thought out, mix of shots. I mean, it's disc golf wonderland out here. It's amazing. I love it. I was starting to think that Michael Olse was allergic to par 5s, but here we are on, I believe, my first Michael Olse par 5, so excited to see how it plays. I know it'll be a good one. 1,000 feet, dead straight pretty much the whole way, but you're gonna have to shape a couple of different shots to get there. Out of bounds property line on the right side. Looks like a nice power hyzer off the tee. Going Rive here off the tee.
Watch out.
Try to get a lot of distance and stay out of the barbed wires. I gotta simulate a little James action.
I'm gonna rip your pants open.
Yeah, nice conservative, but that should give us options for the second shot. What a beautiful hole. Nice and open on that first shot, but the second one's gonna be tricky. You really gotta place it in that next gap to have a chance for birdie, looks like. Gonna go explore, flip up hyzer. Right where I wanted to land it, just right of that big cedar tree. For someone who doesn't design par 5s, good job, Mike. Honestly, I feel like I threw both of those shots off the tee as well as into the second one just about as well as I'd like. Could maybe get some ground play, but still left with 340 into the green. Nice hyzer flip to straight. Gonna go with my Throw Joe's dyed compass here. Beat it. Try to give it a soft bid. Unfortunately, took up too much height on that third shot. Well designed par 5, takes 3 extremely well executed shots to get a look. Right now, go over to Instagram, check out Throw Joe's. He's got a lot of sweet dyes, and I love the ones that give him that choppy flight in the air. So This wave one does great for that. Hole 15 is a very narrow par 4 off the tee. You got to push it straight, and then it bends right for the middle of the hole, jogs back left. So nice placement shot around 350 here is going to do you well. I'm going to throw a gentle turnover with my fuse here. I love how that disc just keeps holding late in the flight. Really good for those late drifters. We'll take it. Kind of an awkward spot. Might not be the longest par 4 on the track, but it might be the most specific. I'm really being asked to do something very particular here on both shots. 16 is one of those holes that really kind of shows the dichotomy of this course, all packed into one hole. Playing out of the woods on the first shot and then into the open pasture land. You really got to move it left after about 280 feet here and skip out to the opening, and then decide, do you want to go out over the out of bounds and attack for birdie. I'm gonna rip on my stiletto, try to hug the left side of the gap and skip big. Oh, I pushed the back side, but that was money. Let's go. Wide open, 300 feet to the bucket, over the out of bounds patch, onto a bit of a slope. Perfect shot for the harp. Wide, but I slid up to the bottom of the hill there. I don't even want to look what's back there because we're going to catch this for y'all. Let's go.
Nice.
I feel like sometimes on those sketchy putts, if you feel like you're going to run it anyways, don't even go look at the danger. Just step up to the putt, focus on your spot and hit it, because if you're gonna send it, why give yourself the doubt? I've played a lot of disc golf in the last few years and seen a lot of courses, but never have I seen a fortress style green the way the 17th here challenges you. You've got a literal wall of cedar logs in front of the bucket, a couple windows on either side to maybe get through if you don't get to the back side of the green, but really, if you're anywhere short of pin high, you're almost out of the count for birdie here. Super cool. I can't wait for y'all to see this green up closer. All right, I'm liking the over the top path of least resistance. If you got it, why not? Got caught up in the trees, possibly just in front of the bucket, so it's gonna be a tricky window. Super interesting. Gonna be tough to make it from here, but I already made the best putt of my life. Why not make the second? Just off the cage. Hard to miss that putt short, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Wow, how did you miss that low?
I think Adam finally designed the green where the basketball putt on some of those short ones might be the preferred shot. Super cool to get kind of a backyard twist into such a legit championship track, but it's a good hole. Got to get it way down in there to have open putt. Hole 18 is going to have both a long and a short position that they'll play depending on what day of the tournament you're in. But we're going to go to the championship Sunday long pin at 940 feet. This one's a par 5, First shot out of this tunnel, you want to land it just shortly in front of the out of bounds water there, and then bomb it across. Maybe just put another placement shot out there. Maybe go for a big long look at eagle, but knowing the way Mike designs his courses, the eagle's not really in play, and I honestly am a fan of that. My heart's telling me bomb a fuse on a little hyzer, let it drift right late. Don't want to push it too deep into that out of bounds. Ooh, I'm starting to figure that disc out, you guys. Saving that forehand, I like it. Really liking the look of this par 5. The second shot looks wide open, but the way that slope goes and having the out of bounds between you and the landing zone is going to make you tense up a little bit and make the shot a little harder than normal. Going to play hyzer towards that short bucket, fade in front. That'll do. Slightly uphill, 250 feet into the green. The out of bounds really narrows in on either side to what looks like inside the circle, so gotta be accurate on this one. A little low, but that'll putt. Just off the mark for our final birdie out here at the ranch.
That is my first round under par. Top par 3 times.
Big shout out to Jamie for showing us through the course today. Really solid Masters player from the Central Texas area, and he just shot his first under par round out here, so hats off to Jamie for that. Thanks for showing us around, man.
Yep, absolutely.
That is all she wrote for day 22 of Vlogmas out here in Waelder, Texas at the ranch, newly designed by Mike Olse. Shout out to Adam for having us out here and Jamie for showing us around. All my Central Texas tournament players, get out here and play. It will make you a better player, and it is ready for tournament action. Such a good track. Well defined fairways, but very challenging rough. So you gotta throw it straight and throw it accurate out here, and then get out to those open shots and make sure to place it just how you want it and decide how aggressive to get. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe. This has been day 22, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.